I'm curious on when you were going through that whole process, was there one thing like that sticks out the most? This is the most unique ask I've ever seen.
I think the it was a combination of things. The drop test, the CTO, and he will not mind me saying this because he loves doing this. Shout out to Legit. He wanted to throw it against the wall and it not break. And that was the we brought him prototypes and I basically had to tell him, you cannot throw this. This is not the glass. This is not the molding, because I couldn't have him do it. But that was the biggest ask, because he wanted to be able to chuck it across and have it hit a cement wall and it not break. And I think we were able to deliver on that, which was great. But that was the crazy ask, I think, because when you throw a phone against a wall, it's going to break.
Yeah. Not that I've ever done that, but
And just to clarify for our listeners, at the time, Travis worked for another firm. So he was competing with Janelle's firm, but now they work for the same company. What other new trends are you seeing with regard to devices?
I was going to touch on the wearables because wearables is definitely the newest trend that we're seeing. And I think the reason why is because people are trying, again, to take technology. If you look at how a phone worked, and eventually they wanted to have a phone outside of the house. And they're looking for ways to expand and enhance the overall end user experience. And wearables is the newest solution that's able to do that. And it's more than just tracking health or things like that. There's a lot of other ways that people are going to find ways to use it. And that's really what I'm excited about, is how if you look in enterprise space, there's somebody that's sitting behind a desk that's looking at their problems going, what if a wearable could do this? What would this change our environment? Would it impact our environment? So there's things that we can learn from our customers where they come to us and say, hey, is this something that's possible? And we don't like to say no.
Janelle, you were going to add some things before?
No, I think you hit it perfectly. Wearables, that's obviously the big buzzword in the industry right now. Everybody wants to understand how they can integrate wearables, even from going back to some of the different use cases we have around healthcare. How can they maybe take the phone, get rid of the phone that's controlling some sort of implant in the body or cardiac monitor, whatever, and basically pair it with a wearable. So these are even conversations that are happening today with some of our customers that are looking at how do they make things easier. Nobody really wants to carry around two phones. So do we put it on a wearable on the wrist, or can we do something else with a wearable? So I think there's a lot of different use cases that customers are getting even more creative with, trying to figure out how do they make the end user's world a little bit easier.